Hello everyone, my name is George Boyle and this is my demonstration speech on how to make sangria. Sangria is a drink where there's not only one correct way to make it. There's many different recipes, different fruits you can add, and different substitutes and additives you can try to make the sangria that you like the best. Last summer, I spent the summer studying in Valencia, Spain. In Spain, sangria is a very popular drink there. Before going to Valencia, I only heard of sangria a few times and never tried it before. But when leaving Spain, sangria was one of my favorite drinks. After coming back to the United States, I've always enjoyed making sangria every once in a while and trying out different recipes and different ingredients to add or take away to find the sangria that I like the best. The three things I will be going over in this speech are kitchen where needed, ingredients and serving amounts, and lastly, how to make sangria. Without further ado, let's go over the kitchen where needed to make sangria. So starting off, we have a couple of spoons here that you'll be needing for mixing. We have a wine opener, which will be used for opening the bottle of wine. We have a sharp knife here for cutting the fruits. A cutting board, something to cut on. We have a few measuring devices or bowls over here where you can be measuring what you're going to need to use. We have a couple glasses to pour in, a nice bowl of mixing there, and then we have a pitcher where you can serve out of. So pretty standard and simple things that you will need for making sangria. Next up, we have the ingredients that you will need for making sangria. So starting off, you're going to need fruit. So for this recipe, it calls for half of an orange and half of an apple that you're going to need to cut up. And in addition to that, you're going to need 3 to 4 tablespoons of brown sugar, as seen here. And we have that already pre-mixed and stirred up in that bowl right there, just to save a little time. Next up, we have 3/4 of a cup of orange juice, as well as 1/3 of a cup of brandy already mixed in this measuring cup. Next up, we have a bottle of Merlot. Many people say it's best to use a red wine from Spain. It just suits the sangria best, but that's up to you and something you can try out and change around and see what you like the best. And lastly, we have some ice that we can pour in at the end to chill the sangria and make it nice and enjoyable temperature. So that is all the ingredients you'll need. Pretty simple things that you can get from the store. And let's continue forward and make the sangria. So starting off, the first thing you will do is cut up half of an orange, half of an apple, and then you will mix it with 3 to 4 tablespoons of brown sugar, and you'll get it all in a bowl and mix it up and muddle and really try to get the juices together and get it nice and stirred up, and then we will pour that right into the pitcher. This over here. And so try to get it all in there. It's okay if you miss a little bit. Alrighty. So that's the first step done. Pretty simple. The next step that we have is going to be adding in the orange juice and the brandy. And like I said earlier, 3/4 of a cup of orange juice and 1/3 of a cup of brandy. And that is already inside of the measuring cup, so we will pour that in. Alrighty, perfect. Now after we pour that in, we're going to have to mix this all up once again. And then while I'm mixing, you're supposed to mix for about 30 to 45 seconds. A little fun fact about sangria is that it actually first was introduced to the United States, or drank in the United States in 1964 at the New York World Fair. So not that long ago, it has been introduced to the United States, so it is pretty cool. Alrighty, so once that is all mixed up, next we will take our bottle of wine and we will be putting the whole bottle of wine. I put the cork in too much. There we go. We will be putting the whole bottle of wine into our pitcher here. So just be careful and try not to spill any, or make sure none goes overboard. And then once we get this in, we will be stirring again So once that is all in there, we can start stirring this again. And another fun fact kind of about sangria, or a little piece of advice, is according to an article titled Sangria, a drink for fitness and cheerfulness, use good quality wine, and if at all possible, let it chill overnight, which is a great piece of advice because you're supposed to let the flavors really blend together, and it creates for a nice drink if you let it sit overnight. Okay, so once we have that, we'll put the ice in just to kind of cool it down a little bit. Alrighty, and very simply, you can stir this a little more, but right there we have it is some nice sangria. In conclusion, this drink is great for many occasions, and it's easy to make, as you just saw. We went over the kitchenware needed, the ingredients and serving amounts needed, and how to make it. Please enjoy this drink responsibly, and don't be scared to try out a new ingredient or take an ingredient away to find what you like the best. Thank you very much, and this was my demonstration speech on how to make sangria. And then I will show you my audience here. We have my mom, my dad. Thank you very much.